Welcome back to Game Informer. I'm the Game Informer guy who talks about Siege. Operation Phantom Sight was just formally revealed at the R6 Pro League finals in Milan. And last week, Ubisoft flew me out to a preview event and I got to play a few matches with the new operators on the newly renovated Kafe map. So this video is for people who want super specific details on the new ops and the Kafe rework. If you want more casual conversation with straight gameplay from Phantom Sight, we did a new gameplay today which is up right now. But in this video, I'll be going over Nokk and Warden's gadgets and loadouts, as well as the Glaz Rework, and to look at every change in the reworked Kafe. To skip to a specific section, there are time codes in the description. First up, let's talk about Nokk, the new 2-speed, 2-armor Danish attacker. She's scary. When describing her, they even use the word ethereal, because after all, this is R.L. Stine's Rainbow Six Siege. Her gadget is called Hell Presence Reduction, which according to her bio, Kafe made for her. When activated, her footsteps become much quieter and she becomes completely invisible to defender cameras. There's no vigil camera fuzz, she is legitimately invisible when standing still or moving normally. But when she sprints, vaults, or does most basic actions, a small glitch will give her position away on camera. She can activate and deactivate Hell at will, and will get exactly 10 seconds of invisibility out of a full charge. It's a crazy strong ability, especially for last-minute clutches. Her loadout, as well as Warden's, is made up of guns Siege players will already be familiar with. Smoke's FMG-9 will probably be most players' choice for a reliable SMG, with the alternative being the 612 SD from Legion and Ying, which is a fast-firing shotgun with a built-in suppressor. For secondaries, she can choose between the solid 5.7 USG from the FBI SWAT operators or the 50 caliber Deagle from the Navy SEALs. Only difference in attachments from what we've seen is that for the first time you can choose to run a suppressor on her Deagle, which still leaves it with 60 damage since the thing is such a powerhouse to begin with. So that'll be fun. Finally, her secondary gadgets include a claymore or a breach charge for blowing up man or wall, respectively. I am so excited to play Nokk. Her gadget is one of very few on the attacker side that has unlimited uses, and we'll see if that stays the case based on how strong of an ability it is, especially combined with knowledge of the map and camera locations. Warden is the new 3-armor defender of America's values. He's a Secret Service agent who uses glance smart glasses to protect his eyes while he's gaming, and also to see through smoke and defend against flashes. Like Nokk, he can activate his gadget infinitely, but with a cooldown, and he can get 8 seconds of use from a full charge. He has to stay pretty still to see through smoke, as represented by the blue bars on the sides that decrease as you move and refill as you stand still. But the glasses protect against flashes no matter how you're moving. And even if you already got flashed, activating the glasses during the flash will disable the effect right away. There'll be plenty of rounds where you don't use his ability at all, but for those Ying or Blitz rushes, you could be an absolute hero to your team. According to his bio, Mira designed the smart glass lenses, and Finko is the one who suggested the glasses should turbo boost the mitochondria's production of ATP to help clear flash effects. Which, yeah, I was going to suggest the same thing. For weapons, Warden's choosing between my beloved SAS shotgun or Valkyrie's MPX, a low damage but also low recoil SMG. For secondaries, he's got Clash's P10C, which is a nice sighted pistol, or else Vigilant Akebi's SMG-12. I'm pretty excited to try a shotgun SMG playstyle on this guy. And then for secondary gadgets, he's got the Shield or the Barbed Wire, also known as the he's strong enough without having a useful secondary gadget combo. Warden seems like he'll be another mainstay on my squad. His gadget is just too good against so many ops and strategies. Imagine the attacker's smoking objective for an easy plant, and you can just take all the time you need lining up a headshot through the smoke. It's huge. Glaz's rework is coming with this operation. It's been a long time coming, and it functions similarly to Warden's gadget, actually. In Glaz's scope, there are now yellow bars on the side that lower as you move and refill as you stand still. And the scope will now only highlight targets when the bars are full. Hopefully we'll encourage more planning and coordination with your team to set up long angles of coverage that can be safely held from a stationary position. It's called a rework, but it's also a nerf, especially to Glaz's clutch potential late in the match, as he's forced to actually move in and make his way through the map. Glaz was already pretty situational, and after this, if you pick Glaz, you definitely need to have some kind of plan to get good use out of him. Onto the Kafe rework. While the current version of the map was never offensively bad to me, the improvements coming with the rework really made me realize how much room for growth there was. Several key points like Skylight or the Bakery, which tended to just choke people into the same firefights over and over again, they've been changed to make more interesting defenses possible and make attacker entrances more creative and varied. I don't claim to know the best way to design a map or how these changes will impact the meta, but as a casual player who loves thinking of strats, it's all very exciting for me. Now let's go beat by beat through the rework to make sure I don't miss anything. Going from the top down. On the roof, they've cut off view into Skylight from the sides, which makes it harder for attackers to safely control the top floor, or at least spend half the round waiting for cheap picks. Also new on the roof is a second hatch, which will follow down to the renovated 3rd floor. The new hatch drops into the new cigar balcony, which has lines of sight to the opposite balcony, the bar, cigar, and of course, down into 2nd floor dining. The original hatch still drops onto red stairs, which feels about the same as before, except there's no table! What is Ubisoft thinking? The new walls by Cocktail Lounge obviously mix up that area a bit, plus there's the new window above reading room door, which replaces one of the 2 windows that used to be on Cocktail Lounge. Other changes include a barrier under the railing on white stairs, and they remove the window on the south hallway where I got my favorite clip ever.
I love you, Leo.
RIP. Down on the 2nd floor, the staircase down to VIP Lounge has been moved out into a more open spot in dining. This and the rest of dining are now a bit more open to attacks from the balconies above. Reading room, mining, fireplace, and trains are all pretty much the same. The 1st floor definitely received the most changes. Entering VIP Lounge from the front door, you'll now have a coat check room on your immediate right, and more protection from VIP as you're no longer going directly in because that's been walled off as well. With the moved lobby staircase, you can see everything else rearranged in the VIP area, and where the dining stairs used to be has now been blown out into its own side room. You'll notice the whole hallway after the turn leading to the kitchen from this side has been removed, with so much of VIP shifting into where it was. So I can see VIP getting a lot more play after this. At this point, I only ever wander over there because no one is ever over there, and I like being cute and random. This side room could be good for watching the new freezer wall, which is now only 2 reinforcements wide, among other changes. Inside freezer, you can see there are now 2 large entryways in from the completely redesigned kitchen. It's much more divided, but maintains good visibility between each section. Opening up that bakery wall can create strong lines of sight, but with the removal of windows in prep kitchen and bakery, it'll be impossible for attackers to hold them from outside. Of course, you can still open one up if you blow open prep kitchen wall and hold it from the bakery door, but now defenders have a better opportunity to watch that with the introduction of a new wall in bakery. As far as bomb sites, there used to be 3 of them on Kafe. Now they've added one and shifted one. They added a second bomb site to the 2nd floor, which will be a bomb in Fireplace Hall like the other 2nd floor site, but with the other bomb in reading room instead of mining. They shifted the 1st floor site so there isn't a bomb in bakery anymore. It's been moved to within kitchen along with the other bomb, so it should make that site more interesting to play. All in all, I'm really happy with how much they're changing. We played about 5 matches or so on Kafe, and it felt very fresh with more compelling encounters than before. In general, I think it's the right call for Siege to focus on making the existing map pool stronger rather than just adding more onto the pile. This is a super exciting operation for Siege. I think it's telling how the weapon choices for these ops are both on the slightly weaker side or at best average. Ubi seems to think these gadgets are going to be more than enough to give these operators an edge, and I agree with that. My only concern is these ops gadgets being possibly too good, but we'll cross that etc. when we etc. Very excited to see how these shake up the meta when Phantom Sight launches in the coming weeks, free to Siege owners. And if you haven't watched it yet, make sure to check out our new gameplay today for Phantom Sight, up right now, full of raw gameplay of the new ops on the new map. Goodbye!